Hi, it's Denise with Ladybug Stampin, and today we're going to be creating something with using the Snowflake Wishes bundle, which is the stamp set, the dies. I know the dies are all messed up right now because I've been using them. And this is the alphabet. This is the playful alphabet dies. We're going to be using a letter out of here, and I did need that, so we had to use this. Now, I'm not going to show you what we're using. You'll see a piece of it on, of course, you know, the little snippet that got you here. And but it's called My Decision Maker. Now, this was created about 15 years ago. Now, it's not my original design. We were actually at a scrapping event, and the lady that was demonstrating actually created this, and I've had it for a long time, and then I have been wanting to create this for you guys for a couple of years, have just never got around to filming a video. So I wanted to end Vlogtober on this note, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Let's get started, guys. It's going to be fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some 4x4 coasters. I've got 20 of them here. And we're going to create like this, we're going to layer them like this and adhere them all together. But we're going to make some holes in some of these. So what we're going to do is I have this template. And this template is cut at 3 by 3 5/8. And it's just a piece of hard plastic. You can actually get some of the plastic sheets from Dollar Tree that, like, it's the cutting boards, they're plastic ones. You can get that, measure it out to 3 by 3 5/8, and it'll work perfectly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these coaster boards, and what I've already done to help is I have measured in a 1/2 inch this way and a 1/2 inch this way, and then I laid this on here. This is going to take a long time, that's why I had some of this already done. I laid this on here, and then I took my pen and I traced this. Okay, this is just our template, and I traced it. Then the next thing I did was I got my scissors out, and I can't find my other ones, so I have to use these, and I don't really want to, but I'm going to take these, and I will say I had some Fisker scissors that I've had since I've done this. She gave us all free pair of scissors, these Fiskers, and they don't make these Fisker scissors anymore, which I'm kind of surprised. Trust me, there's a number on there, and I've been looking. And they cut this chipboard wonderful. All right, so I'm just going to take this, or coaster, this is chipboard, right? So I'm going to take that, and this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look like a U or a football goalie. I'm not sure. And we're going to need 8 of these. Now, you can make this bigger or as small as you want, but 8 is really a good number. So we're going to take this. You can use this for other things in the project, like one other piece. But really, you know, or you can use it for something else. But that's all we're really going to need that for. So I've already created all 8 to save time. Okay, so we've got all 8 of them. So that leaves us with 12 of the full-size coasters. Now, I would suggest using either Tombow, or you could use the Stampin' Seal Plus, but I'm going to use Tombow because I can control it better. So I'm going to get out some Tombow. And I'm going to go ahead and get out our silicone mat just because it would be easier in case some spills off here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start layering these, and that's how we're going to do this. I'm going to take 2 on the bottom, okay? I think it was 2. Is it 2? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. I'm going to take 2 on the bottom to start out. Okay, and I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to add some. I'm going to come through here, make me a little line, a little beaded line. I just kind of want to get, I don't want it to like go down in there, so that's why I'm not trying to make too much on there, because you know how this squeezes out. And I'm going to take this and go around. I think this would be the easiest way. I'm just going to take this one off for just a second, and I'm going to lay this on here. This is why I want the Tombow. And measure and line them all up. So I want each corner to line up. Okay, it's very important that all the corners, so that it's very, very what do you call it? I'm trying to think. What would you call that? I know there's a word. I just can't think of it. It's late. I've been doing a crop all day today, trying to get this together, and I've had the kids over. And so I was actually wanting to get this up earlier, but you know how it's been this last week. So, I mean, might as well stay, right? All right, so that's good and adhered on there. And then I'm going to take this side. Whoops, let's go ahead and do this one first. Let's take this so we can put our bottom piece on. Okay, and I'm going to put this on here. Now, these are easier because they're just like that. Okay, so that's our bottom piece. So now that we've taken this one, we're going to lay this one on top, okay? And then when we get this one, we're going to turn it this way. So that one is going that way, up like this, where the opening's up here. And then this one is going to be going this way, okay? So then we're going to take our adhesive and we're just going to go around. I put a little bit more in the corners, you know. And then we're going to take this and put on top. Okay. Like that. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to take some adhesive. Same thing. We're going to, you know, just the same process like this. This is why the Tombow, I think, works best for this. And you're not really touching it, so you're not getting it on your skin. Whoops. Yeah, this way. I would suggest so you can keep up with them, because it does matter how they're laid out like that. Of course, I just said that and just got it on me. Here's how I would do it. So let's make sure this is all lined up, because it's important that it's lined up for inside here too. Okay, so you're going to go like this. Just make sure those are all good and lined up. Okay, so that's that first hole. This is the second. What I would do is I would take this one, and however it's supposed to go on here, I would lay it like this right here. Lay it like this. Okay, so it's coming this way, because we know this one needs to come this way. But first, we're going to lay this one on top. Okay, because you need that back on top. So let's go ahead and put this on. Okay. And then I just pick this up and line it up. Okay. Like that. See, that one's coming out a little bit, so I got to push it over. It'll be okay if it messes up a little bit, but you don't want it to get started and have them all off kilter, you know, because then it could create problems. But okay, so I'm gonna put this one's there, that one's there. Yep. So this one now will go right here. So I'm gonna do the first 4, and then I'll do the other ones off camera. Okay, so it'll go by really, you know, a little bit faster. And then we're just gonna take this and lay this right on top here. I'm going to pull these out and hold that. Pull this one over and hold that. You can do it this way too. You know, as long as you see these are lined up, you know this one's down here is going to be lined up, because these are all the same size. Okay. Like that. That works. Okay. And then we're going to take this. Now we're going to put this one this way, because that's the way it needs to go. Okay. And then we're going to take this one. So basically you're putting a U, we'll just call it a U, every layer, but you're turning it a quarter turn. And then you're putting a full one on top of the U. Okay. Now we're going to take this one. I don't know why I like to do it where the pen mark is, but I do. I want that facing down for some reason. It's not like you're going to see it, but I guess it is what it is, right? All right, this one is going to go, I'm going to turn this way. It's easier for me to hold it. Okay. Stay. Okay. Alright, now we're going to take this, put it on here so we can put our full piece on like this. Okay. So that's our first 4. Okay, so this is where you can go and you can go up a little more. Okay, you can go up and make 6 of them, or you can go, instead of doing that, you can do, instead of doing just 1, you can put 2 in between each layer like this. Okay, but I'm not going to do 2. I thought it would be easy and it'd be just as effective to just do the 1. And I think she had done the 1. Now I found these coasters long time ago. I've had them. But you can find any of these like plain coasters online. If I can find a link for them, I will put them on there. Okay, I will try to put a link on there that'll be listed down below. Okay, so we got one. So this is the one we just did, because of course you see the U and then you see the top. So we're going to turn it, and now see how this one is right here. I'll show you. See how this one is kind of right here? Well, now we're going to put this next one like this. Okay, and then we're going to turn it like that for each U. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish these, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've put that last one on. Now I've put some adhesive on there by accident, but I'm going to put this to the side for just a second and let that dry a little bit and get the glue off my hands. I'm going to put this to the side for a second as well. Now we're going to take our last two pieces, okay? We're going to put them together like this, like line them up. So this is where this grid paper comes in handy. I love this grid paper. You guys can order some as well if you like. I mean, this really works even if you're wanting to design some cards and stuff. It's great for that. All right, and next we're going to take a piece of cardstock, and this is Pool Party. Now this is cut at 8 1/8 by 4. Now you could probably do a little, just take it, go just a little over an 1/8, because I'll show you, like on here, it's just a little hair longer. So you could probably get away with 8, but I wanted to make sure that it was going to fit, so I did 8. I can always trim it. I'm okay with that. So now what I'm going to do is take my adhesive and put it on there. Okay. And this, you can probably use some your Stampin' Seal at this point if you want to do that. That's fine. Okay. Because this is going to squish. I hope that doesn't squish out. Make sure these are lined up again. We want them to be the same. Okay. And I'm just going to lay this on top. And this is going to be the width of the coasters. Like that. So we're going to make sure that they're lined up on the sides. Again, we can trim these ends. I just need to make sure that these are lined up. Okay. It looks like this one's lined up down here at the bottom. So we're just going to take that like so. Now, what you could have done is you could have scored it, okay, right there. And I can show you on the trimmer. I think I didn't do that last time for a reason, but you can line this up. I don't think it lined up perfectly. Yeah, see, it didn't line up. That's why I didn't do it. Well, I guess if this was 8 inches, you could. So I'm going to take, and I can see the little, where they two meet, and I'm going to put them right in between that track. And I'm just going to go like this. And you could even take your bone folder and do it as well. Just kind of go like this. Okay. Like that. You could pre-do it. Oh, that like really cut it. Oh my goodness, I hope that didn't cut it. After all that, I hope that didn't cut it. Okay, so this will, man, that thing was sharp, wasn't it? And go like this, and that way it'll close. Okay, so now we can take our trimmers. Let's see if I get this right. And I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to round my edges as I'm trimming this. Okay. Like that. And I'm just going to round these edges. It's better to do it with your trimmer, because it's the one we have that will round corners. It's too deep. So I just used my scissors. It doesn't take much. And then you're going to come in here and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut these right there. Okay. Come back and cut that. There we go. All right. That's why I love these paper snips, because they will take out the points. That point on that is fabulous. Okay, so we're going to fold it like this so that it opens like this. Okay, and so this is our top. Now this is going to be our top. So now we can take this, put our adhesive on here. Okay. And now we're going to place this on top like this. And actually, I'm going to place it on this side. And I'll show you why. So this one is where that last one was. I want it to be where the first one we put on. All right. So just making sure that's all lined up like that. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to decorate this top. And we're going to take a piece of Pacific Point, and now this is cut at 4x4. Okay, and we're just going to lay it on top like this. Okay. And we'll trim those corners off in a second. You just want to make sure you're not seeing any of the coaster, okay? And then just rub it down with your hands. Ooh, rub. Give it a rub-a-dub-dub. Rub-a-dub-dub. All right, now this is Balmy Blue, and this is cut at 3.5 by 3.5. But we're actually going to take this and run through the Snowflake folder. The embossing folder is actually called Winter Snow. I forgot about that. So I put that, I ran it through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine through the magic of television. Okay. All right, and then we're going to lay this on here and we're going to add some adhesive to this, okay? Like this, and we're going to just adhere it and let it dry. So we've adhered that on there like that. Then I took another piece of the coaster, a full sheet like this, okay? And I measured out 1 inch. And then I just cut it down like this. And then I took my scissors, my paper snips, and I rounded the corners like that. These 2 corners, because these had corners already. I just had to do these 2 corners. Now I have some of this DSP. This is called Snowflke Splendor. And the colors in here are Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Pool Party. And that's kind of where I got my theme for this right here, okay? So we're going to take this, and we're going to take some adhesive, and we're just going to, I'm going to lay this down on top. Just make sure that I have it lined up on all sides. Like this again, we can trim. Okay, I'd rather it be larger than what we need. And then we're going to take our paper snips, and we're just going to follow this and trim it as we need, okay? And then we're going to round these corners and round these corners like that, okay? So we're going to put that one to the side for just a second. Take another piece here, and this is cut at a 1.5 inch square. So I'm going to kind of show you guys how I did this. All right, so it'd be a little easier. So what I did is I used my grid paper. I hope you guys can see this down here. And I took a pin and I measured it 1/2 here and then 1/2 right there. And then I took my T-ruler. I didn't know for sure if I was going to show you this, but I guess I need to, right? If you're going to decorate like me, and I went like that. And then I just kind of lined this up the best I could and went like this. I took these and I cut it like that right down those lines. So we're not going to see the line, so it'll be okay. I just did this too. I cut this from corner to corner first. And you can use your ruler. I'm eyeballing it right now. Okay, so it becomes this right here like this. So it comes like a triangle. And then we're just going to notch this out right here at the end. So I did take this at 1/2. Okay, so turn it on this side here. Okay, I'm going 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch there. I was trying to think, how did I do that? I literally just did it. So I'm just going to take my ruler, just kind of use it to kind of hold it down. You can do this before. I don't need that whole line, just that piece right there. And take this one, whoops, and line this up and go like that. Then I came back and I notched this out at that point. Okay, like that. And I created this. There they are, both of them. Okay, that's how I got that. So I'm gonna use that one. And so I took a piece of that DSP. Okay, you can use any. I'm using the more, it's got more of a pool party look right there. And I'm going to attach this, now this to here. And then I'm going to attach this right like this. And I'm going to go over just a little bit so I can make sure and get those pin marks. I want to make sure that I'm getting all of it. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to come back. It's easier to have this at like this. And then I can just go back and trim it like that. There you go. Like this. Pull that out. And then round this corner. So now I'm going to put this one. We have to open it like this. Okay. And this one's going to go right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and add it. And you can decorate this however you want. Okay. You don't have to follow me. But if you want to, that's what you need to do. But you can decorate this literally however you want. But since you have the chipboard, use the chipboard. Okay. And then we're going to do this one. Okay. And then we're going to take this one and go up here at the top. I love this paper. It's like a watercolor effect paper to me. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to set that on top like that. I think we're done. I went on my computer and I typed up it says my decision maker. Yes, I know I'm missing the D, but I have a D for that. And we're just going to take, and I did this at, this is Allura Font. And this is actually in Pacific Point. I used the RGB codes that are on my website. And I got the color for the RGB code for Pacific Point. And that's what I colored this in. Okay, that's what I wanted to match. So I'm just going to take this. You guys, the Allura Font, and this is size 22, and this one is 28. And this one has a space in between each letter. Okay. So I'm going to take, and I'm just going to use my scissors to trim. It's the easiest way to do this. Okay. Now this, you could have left the Whisper White a little bit, because this is on Whisper White cardstock, by the way. A little bit for the D, but I didn't do that. I made a mistake. I did not mean to cut that off. I knew better than that. We're going to use Pacific Point and sponge. And I am going to kind of sponge around these. Sponge. All right, and then we're going to take our sponge and we're going to go around this whole thing. And I'm just going to rub it like this. We're going to cover this in a second, but I just want to go ahead and pre-sponge this because it's easier. Okay. So we're going to kind of go around, and I'm just concentrating really at the top right here. Okay. So I'm going to go around and see, it's going to color a little bit of your edge, but that's fine. That's why we did the other ones. Okay. So I'm going to let that sit up for just a second. I'm going to put these over here. Uh-oh, where's my wire? Okay, I found that. So I'm going to put that up there. The next thing we're going to do is that I printed some different things. Now you're going to need actually 16 because you're going to need one for each side of the thing that I'm going to make here in a second. So I've just printed out 8, and I'm just going to really show you how to do one. Okay. And these boxes, I'm not really sure what size, but I've got this. I'll put the font number, the font size I have for this, and this is actually Allura. But I'll try to figure out what this size is to show you guys. And I just created this on Word. You can use your own handwriting. That's fine too. So I've got like different things like attend a Christmas play or concert, bake a birthday cake for Jesus, bundle up and go for a walk, make Christmas cards and mail out, decorate your bedroom door. And of course, I'll have other things in there that are more crafty on the other side. So I'm just going to line this up because I don't want to see that black. Well, I guess it's okay if we see the black. So I want to line this up, and I'm going to cut it like this. Okay, I think I just trimmed that too much. So let's not make a mistake. I can always reprint this. I'm not worried about it. I can use the back of that. Why is this? Okay, here we go. I think. There we go. Like that. Okay, there we go. Didn't have that lined up. Let me trim this one. I'll just trim this first one here. I'll have to go fix that, but that's okay. I mean, I can make it on mine. It'll be okay. But if you want to give it to somebody, then you want to be careful. Okay. And then you're just trimming all the black. And I'm literally just taking that black line and putting it right in the dead center of my track. Like that. Okay, so this is use Christmas cookie cutter to make pancakes. So, do you guys get what we're making yet? My decision maker. All right, so now we have another template. And it is a tag template. And the reason why is because this is too big to put through one of our tag punches. So this is measured at 2 3/4 by 4. So 2 3/4 by 4. And this template is actually cut at 2 3/4 by 4. Then what I did is I went over here, okay, and I counted the squares, and I went 1 2 3, which just is 3/4 of an inch, and then I measured down 3/4 of an inch. So I just used the number of squares here, which each square is 1/4 inch. So you could literally go in and measure it, and you could do it on paper first and then come back and do it on this. And then I just cut from this piece, this dot to this dot. So this 3/4 inch to this one, the side and top. And I just cut that. So it makes it easier if I have it all ready to go. Okay. Then all I got to do is line up my template. And you can measure out the cardstock if you want. That's fine. Okay. I just thought this would be easier. And I'm just, then all I can do is trim. And trim. And I ain't got to worry about I ain't got to worry about doing each one of these and go 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. Because I need 8 of these. Okay. So we're only going to make one tonight because I thought it'd be easier. Okay. I will show you the finished project at the end. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to adhere it in here. Now you can use the same glue or you just come back with some Stampin' Seal. Okay. This is where you can use, you can use different glues on your projects. That's what I say. And if you see that black line still on there, you can go back and just trim them a little bit, just like that. I just happen to know I could see that black line and I did not want to see it. All right, there we go. That way I don't see that black line. And I'm going to put it right there in the middle, like this. Okay. Like that. All right, so we got this. Oh, we got to finish this. Well, I had to let that, I wanted that adhesive, didn't I? And then we'll come back. And then we're going to punch a hole in here. Get out a hole punch. I'm just going to use this one that I used the other day. And I don't think this is 11/16. I think it was like 1/8. I think this is 1 1/8 inch. Okay, and I'm just going to go right down in the center. Make sure I'm in the middle there. Punch a hole. I'm going to take some of this gorgeous sheer ribbon in Pool Party. So we're keeping with the colors. And I'm going to trim that so it'll go through here. And I am just going to, man, that ink got all over me. I must have just inked that or something. Okay, like this. I wonder, yeah, no, I don't want to do it like that, Denise. You goofy girl. I'm going to turn it. Now I am going to have to twist this a little bit at the bottom because here we go, like this. We're going to take it like this. Now I'm going to trim like that. Come in here. All right, so we've basically created a tag is what we've done, okay? Now remember, we're going to have one on the other side as well. I'm just showing you this one. Now you can come through back through here if you want, and you could edge it. That's fine. That's up to you. I think I'm going to leave it for right now. I may change my mind later. Okay, so now we've got all these pieces. And we're still going to decorate the top, but I think this is, the adhesive's pretty dry. All right, so now we need 2 pieces of DSP from that same paper pack. Oh, I forgot I had all these over here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're still got to show this. And this is cut at 1 by 12. I got a squirrel there. This is cut at 1 by 12 inches. And then this one is cut at 1 by, no, not 1. I'm sorry. 1 1/8. 1 1/8 by 5 inches. So 1 1/8 by 12, 1 1/8 by 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the 12 first. Now, I do want you guys to be kind of careful because where we start this, I would like to start this where the first one is. And the first one we put down was this one. Okay? And a good way, so you could do this a couple different ways, however you want to do this, but do a couple different ways. One is, before I adhere it, okay, because I know I'm going to start like, actually I really need to start it in the back, to be honest with you, because I want this to meet up in the back. Okay, so I'm going to actually, so this is the front, yeah. I'm going to take it like this, and see how that lines up perfectly? I'm going to take my take your pick tool, and I'm going to poke a hole right there, and I know that that is where my slit is. Okay, so then I'm going to take my adhesive. This is one way you can do this. I'll show you on the other piece. This is the way I'm going to do it. Okay, so if I get my Tombow to work, put a little bit of Tombow there, there, a little slit there. You don't want too much. You can always go back like this. Okay. Go around. Make sure you're not going in that hole. Yeah. Okay. And you're going to wrap this around because you don't want to go over these holes right here. Okay. So I'm just going to wrap this, and I'm going to make sure this is still lined up. This part is tricky. I'm not going to lie. This part is a little bit tricky. So you're going to hold it like this. Get that side adhered down really good. And you're going to... I have a love-hate with them, with Tombow. Okay. Y'all know that. Take this down a little bit here. And... right there. Okay. So then... we're going to lay this down. Okay, now maybe this side will stay. And this one will stay like this. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one. Is we're going to come back, and I'm going to poke my hole. And I know that my hole is right, whoops. Yeah, right about there. Okay. And then my other hole, whoops, is right there. Don't worry, that's why you want to start with the little hole, because you can see this go through. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at it, making sure it's going through. Okay. So then I'm going to come back like this and add a little tiny drop right there. Go back. Oh, I didn't put any on there, did I yet? That's right. Okay. Okay, if you want to close on me, that's fine. You can always come back and clean that up, okay, with your little glue eraser. I'm just making sure that it's tight on this side. I think I'm showing you guys the whole thing, me doing this, because it is a process. Okay. All right. Now, yes. Now I'm going to take this one. And I can eyeball it just about. Yeah, right there. And then right to there. Okay. It's not that bad, really. You can start with a small hole. And I mean, you know, you can always, look, this is just paper, guys. Okay. So remember, if you have to cut a different inch, and if you want to try it, you know, test it with, like, say, a piece of copy paper before you even adhere it, you could do that as well. I've done that before too. Matter of fact, when I was trying to put this one, not this one, but, you know, the one I was teaching myself off on, because I get, you know, like I said, I created that 15 years ago and I can't remember. I think I used to have the instructions, but all right. Now we're ended with that piece. Now this is where this piece comes, and I'm just going to double check and see if I actually need that full 5. So I feel like I could actually probably adhere it right here just a little bit, because this is that's the side, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. Just like this, because I don't want to go over. So I think I'm going to take off about 1/2 inch, so that this becomes 4.5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to keep this because that's the piece that the other one kind of ends on. See, sometimes we got to make adjustments. Yeah, see, like this, so it kind of blends in a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to put some adhesive right here and go right here like that. I want that nice and adhered. I'm just going to start back here like this and kind of go down just a little bit because I want that to meet in the back. I don't want it to be so much on the side, just a little bit. So I'm going to hold this and let this get really a hold of each other. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to add the adhesive right here. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? What did I forget to do, guys? I forgot to mark my holes, right? So before I lay this completely down, I'm going to take this. Oh, I can see that perfectly right there. Perfectly. Oh my gosh, I couldn't have done that any better. And lay that down. Okay, this is where this gets fun. I think we're done with the adhesive. Woohoo! Yes, we're done with that stuff. Okay. Now we can go back and clean it up. You know, I got these little erasers here. You can wait till it's, you know, good and adhered before you come back. But I want that off of there. So, but you can, you know, again, wait till that's adhered. Now, before we finish this, that's why I wanted to do this side, these, okay? Because it was better. I'm going to take your pick tool. Now I'm going to go in that hole, and I'm going to kind of just use take your pick, the pokey in, and I'm just going to kind of, yeah, like this. Very carefully. Okay, I know that ends, okay? And I can also go like this, and I'm just kind of dragging it across. It'll stop me when it's stopped. Okay, right there. So because we know that there's a 1/2 inch on each side. Okay. So let me go back with my coaster template, and then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to, because I know this will fit, right? And it's not fitting over here. So what I'm going to do is take your pick tool and kind of just go like that and open that right there. And then take this back, all right, and go like this. And I'm just going to try, it's kind of like what it's doing at this is getting that hole. It's kind of like sanding the paper a little bit, okay, like that. And then I'm going to do the same one here. Okay, I'm just kind of like, it's not, this ain't even coming all the way up. It's just kind of like, it's like I'm tearing the paper. If you don't like that, you can come back, because you know it's going to end right there, right? So you can come back and kind of, if you want to do that, make little holes like that, and then kind of come back with it. That's totally up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, and then you're going to come back with this again, and you're just pushing that in like this again, just kind of like sanding that. It's not really sanding it, but it's kind of like pushing that paper. I don't know if you guys can see some of that, but it's like pushing that paper, what we just cut, inside of there. Okay, so it's taking this and it's kind of pushing it down. But if it doesn't go all the way, you don't have to cut it, unless just if you want to, but it adds to it. So you're going to do that all the way around, okay? And then you're going to take your little tag and you're going to slide it right in there. So then you're going to have all these tags. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish that, and then I'm going to show you guys at the end. Okay, but before we finish that, let's go ahead and finish our top. Okay, See how that piece right there come up? If you don't like that, you can take your scissors. I like these paper snips. Look at that. Okay. And you can just go like that. Now, if you feel like this is coming up, it's not adhered real good because of the adhesive, you can go back very carefully and add some adhesive. And I mean very carefully. Okay, there you go. I'm just trying to show you guys right there. Yeah, don't add a whole lot, so just kind of run it like that. Just Tombow. If you don't put the lid back on, it is not nice. Okay, I'm just going to tap it a little bit. I'm actually going to get out my re-inker one, and I'm just going to pick that up and just run that edge. Okay, this is not a perfect science here, especially by me. All right, okay, so let's go ahead and finish this, and then I will. Where is my? I thought I lost my little word my, so I went and printed it again, and I reprinted this. So I'm gonna take this. So I do suggest this is. I'm gonna let you guys know kind of what this size is cut at. I kind of trimmed it a little bit, so it's about 7/8 of an inch by 2, just a little over 2 2¼ so about 2 3/8. So if you want to try to trim that, I just trimmed it a little bit below the words. Remember, you got these dots on the eye, so you gotta be careful with that. All right, so for our D, we use those letters from the Playful Alphabet. And this is the Balmy Blue Glimmer paper. Look at my fingers. Okay, and so I've also cut some snowflakes out of that Balmy Blue Glimmer. And I've cut out some of the Whisper White. And I Whisper White some of the snowflakes out of that. These different ones like this. And now we're going to come over here. And we're going to adhere this. So I'm going to take... I'm done with Tombow. I'm not going to lie. I'm done with that Tombow. So I'm just going to take some of our Stampin' Seal Plus, because I know this is going to hold on this embossing folder. And I'm going to just kind of do it about right here. I don't know. Yeah, this looks good. And I think I might need to get out this right here in case this is over our silicone mat. There we go. Yeah, about like that. All right, and I'm going to take this one. Actually, this one and the My is actually going to be on dimensionals. I forgot. So for the My, it's going to be one mini one, and then on this one, this way, well, it'll hold, you know, with that Stampin' Seal Plus. So I'm okay. One there and one in the middle. So we're going to take this out. And you can make this maker big if you want. Like on my original it is, but I didn't want it that big. So I'm just going to take this and put it kind of like right there. And then this one is going to sit kind of catty-cornered right like that. Now the D, we are going to have to use some of the Tombow. So I'm just going to take some. Now you could use the adhesive sheets for your snowflakes, but I didn't want that because there's a reason. So I'm just going to take this and attach it right like that. And you could put that on dimensionals if you wanted to. I'm not going to do. I just thought that would be cute like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering these snowflakes as my element up here, okay? Because I want this a little bit pretty. So I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so I'm going to do one Balmy Blue. And I'm going to put a little dot in there. And make sure it's catty-cornered like this. And then I'm going to do this one. So I'm just going to kind of go around. And do the same thing with this one. Okay, and then I'm going to go with one of these little ones right here. All right, and then I'm going to take it like this. All right, whoops. Whoops, stay on there, darling. Stay on there. All right. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put a bunch right there. And again, this you can decorate as you want. And I want it to lay right on top of this. Okay, on this piece right here. So it's going to come off, but that's okay, because you're not going to put it in an envelope or anything, right? So then I thought it would be cute to take and put a couple of these. Just dot that middle. Kind of dot the ends. I guess you could use it, but I still didn't want to use the adhesive sheets for that even. And I'm going to tuck this underneath, kind of like right here. So it kind of looks like that snowflake is kind of like falling. Okay, like that. And I'm going to take this one and put adhesive on here on the back. And kind of put that right there. So it kind of covers that up a little bit. And then I'm going to take one tiny dimensional. Okay. And put it on the back of that, because I'm hoping that what I'm fixing to do is going to work. So I'm going to take this one. Oh, it should. And kind of stick it right here. Okay, I'm going to take some of these blue adhesive backed gems. And I'm going to take this big one here. This is what we're going to put right on top, so you won't even see that dimensional. Look at that. And then we're going to take, let me see, I guess I'll take one of these ones and we'll put it on the center here like this, because these are going to be separated, okay, because I'm going to put some down here. So down here I'm going to put this big one right here, and then a little one right here, and a little one right there. And I think I'll take one of those other little tiny blue ones, and I'm going to stick right here. Okay. And then we'll take another light blue one and just kind of put right there. Okay, so that gives us our odd number. So the next thing we're going to do really quick is that I've got these 4 feet. Now these were stones, and I had to take them off because that's all I had. But I got these from the Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure. And you just want to look for the flat ones. And you can find them too at Hobby Lobby. And you probably would do better luck at Hobby Lobby. But you want them, you see about like that, and you want 4 of the same. So see how these are all 4 the same? You want all 4 of them the same. So I'm going to turn these up like this. They've already got some paper on, which is a good thing. And I'm just going to adhere. Whoops, that's not how much I needed. So we're going to take these and we're going to join these and kiss them. Okay. They're on the bottom. Nobody's going to see them. Don't worry. Because you want enough for it to adhere, but you don't want that much. You don't want the whole bottle of Tombow on it, right? And I'm going to stick them each in each corner. Now they're going to try to slide, so be careful of that. Alright, so we're going to just turn this over. It's easier to let them sit. And you're going to let that sit like that, and it's going to sit up. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. And while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to go and finish these real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've come back to kind of show you what I'm doing here. So I'm going to finish making these slits. Okay, of course this one's not going to work like the ones I just did. But see how I go like that, and just look how easy that was. Now that one, you're going to need to trim like that just a little bit because that paper. Okay, but that's okay. You just go back like this. You just don't want to trim too much because you don't want that paper to, that's the whole look of it, you know. Let's see if I can do this one. I did that one perfect. I was like, oh, I should film that. There we go. There we go. Like that. So I don't have my tip all the way down. I kind of just have it like this. Okay, like that. And that puts that in there. I'm going to put this one in here so you guys can see the... Now, I didn't put the wording on the rest of them. I just wanted to show you guys what they look like. Okay, so I've put all these in here, okay? And I've put all the slits on there. I do want to tell you guys one little tip, is that on the little the paper piercer tool, is that if you don't put it all the way in when you poke that hole, when you come back to put these slits in, if you don't put it all the way down and you just run it like this, it will cut it. But you'll start, you know, just want to make sure, and literally I just went like this and these cut really easy for me, okay? So now I've put these all in here, and you're going to just take this out. So like this, that's why you got to rub that right there, make sure it's going to come out. You pull it out and go, oh, this says use Christmas cookie cutters to make pancakes. And of course you're going to have one on each side. I just don't have them all done like that. You'll just decorate this. You can give this to somebody. Again, you can make these into Christmas presents, and make some with maybe some Bible verses on there, or things to do for the spring, like a spring cleaning one and things like that. Now I think what I'm going to do, I'm pretty sure this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to offer a class in January. Or no, February. Let's do it February, because January is not a good time for me with W-2 season and taxes and everything. So let's say February. In February, there's Celebration will still be around. So I will, you guys will be able to get a free Celebration item with the class. All right. So, and I'll let you guys pick your Celebration item. You will get to pick your Celebration item. And we can do one for maybe a crafty one. Or we can do anything you guys want to. You can tell me and I'll print that, you know, I'll print those little signs out. These right here for you. And you guys can tell me what you want. I'll give you a couple different options and you'll tell me which one you want. And then we're all going to make the same base. Okay. And I will provide everything. And we'll do a little Zoom class. I hope you guys like that idea. If you do, let me know down at the bottom and I'll get that together. All right. And this is just so cute because you can look, take this out and go, oh, what are we doing today? Or turn, you know, and then when you do it, turn it around. And you can always change these out. Make a bunch and then change them out if you want to do that. So I just think that's so adorable. All right, I hope you guys like this video. I got the Vlogtober up. I'm sure it'll be posted by midnight. It is late, but it will be before midnight, and it will be on the 31st. All right, guys, thank you just for supporting me all month long in this and leaving me the thumbs up and the comments. They do help my channel out tremendously, you guys. You just don't know how much they really do. And I do appreciate that, you know. And if you haven't, please do give me a thumbs up. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Oh, that is a thumbs up, right? Yeah. All right. And be on the lookout, you guys. Keep commenting because you have until next Saturday, the 7th of November? I think it's on the video I posted earlier Saturday morning with all the rules, and I show you what's in the prize box. All right, so just go and look at that one. I'll try to link it down below. All right, you guys have a wonderful November. I'll see you guys later. Bye.